Hey, folks. So I'm going to take my time for just a minute and let you get in here. I'm going to tell you that you do want to share this live. You want to share it with as many people as you possibly can. You want to get them in here and you want them to watch right now. Holy geez, I'm just sitting up here. You know, the great thing about people like Alan Levine is that they believe they can do and say whatever they want to do and say, and there's nothing that people can do about it. And they think that they're smarter than everybody else. And the truth is, you're not. And I have been waiting. Hey, Mandy, y'all get on in here. You share the fire out of this video, because here's what I'm telling you. I have in my possession real yummy goodness. I have been saying for how long now? 3 weeks now, what Alan Levine's agenda is. I have talked to you all about what tomorrow night was going to be. I appreciate you guys for sharing. Let's go. Let's pile this room up. Y'all think I'm kidding? The other night we had over 400 and some odd people in here watching at the same time, 2,000 people in an hour. We need every single person in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia on this live right now. Y'all know I don't get on here and say breaking news. I don't get on here and say, oh, I've got something if I don't really have something, right? Oh, I have something, folks, in my possession. The same way, so I'm just going to bring y'all up to speed on yesterday. So yesterday, I did an interview with WJHL, and I provided them an email that came from someone that's in management at Ballad Health, threatening employees about what they can say and what they can't say, and posting things on social media, and they were being threatened to be terminated, right? So kudos to Jackie DeFusco. She put out that report at WJHL yesterday. Well, today it's only gotten better. Today it's only gotten freaking better. So here we go. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready for me to dive right in right now? Oh my gosh, can y'all tell I'm just slightly excited right now? I'm just a little bit over the damn top because I knew. So here's the thing. When people got brave, when people figured out that there was something that they could do, when people got hope, people were going to start stepping out. People were going to start sharing information. People were going to start saying, hell no, we're not taking this. And that's what's happened. And so what's happened in this moment for everybody who's been saying, oh, it's just you guys being emotional, they really have the best public interest at heart. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. And now I'm going to tell you why they don't. Y'all ready? Here we go. So a bunch of you guys have been asking me, hey, Danny, are you going to show up in Kingsport tomorrow? Hey, Danny, are you going to come to the public hearing they're going to have tomorrow? Notice I'm going to do public hearing like that. And this is what I said. What I said was, why? Because here's all they're doing. They're going to ask for questions that Alan is either not going to answer, or he's going to put his PR marketing spin on. People aren't going to get to pressure. People aren't going to get to follow up with questions. So why would I do that, right? And I was like, this is simply a PR move. Well, let me tell you what I'm reading. Y'all ready? Can I read you guys an email from Alan Levine? Can I do that? I think I can. I think I shall. You ready, boys and girls? Here we go. Buckle the fuck up. Here we are. So Tuesday, December 4th, that would be yesterday. Y'all ready? Tuesday, December 4th, 6:03 p.m. from alan.levine@balladhealth.org to Eric Deaton. Courtesy copy, Andy Hall, Tony Keck, Teresa Hicks, Molly Luton, Lisa Carter, Monty McLaren. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Am I reading enough right now? Subject, it's a response to it's referencing the proposed format / December 6th work session, reference Ballad Health. That's tomorrow in Kingsport, right? So check this out. This is literally what he says to them at 6:03. He says, and I'm reading, and I will be happy to post this shit too. Oh my gosh. He said, I can present, Alan, I hope you're watching, love. I can present for 2.5 hours. That's called a filibuster, and I will do that. Now let me just go ahead and give y'all a little definition. By definition, filibuster is an action such as a prolonged speech that obstructs progress in a legislative assembly while not technically contravening the required procedure. It's to act. A filibuster is to act in an obstructive manner, right, by speaking for a really long time. So Alan Levine sat up here and told Eric Deaton yesterday that the plan, hold on, I just lost y'all somewhere. I lost you guys. What in the world is happening? Can you see me? Sorry. Y'all hear my phone? Okay, so Alan Levine has put in a corporate email. Did y'all hear my phone going crazy? I swear to God, I think they're trying to shut me up. But Alan Levine put in a corporate email to Eric Deaton and the rest of his staff that he plans to filibuster the meeting tomorrow night in Kingsport. In other words, I'm going to talk for 2.5 hours and not say shit. I'm going to make sure that we don't get any progress in this real meeting. I'm going to let people come. I'm going to let people think that they're actually having a say, and I'm not really going to tell them shit because I'm Alan Levine and I can do that. That's what he said. He literally said, I can present for 2.5 hours. That's called a filibuster, and I will do that. But get this. He also says, I'm looking for the other email row, the other part of the email. He also says, I don't like getting all the questions in advance through the city. Those are all going to be public record. Why did he do that? So, Alan, you don't want things to be part of the public record? You don't want people in the community to have a right to answers for their damn questions? So let's just get this straight. You have the public's interest at heart, but you don't want the questions that we ask to be a matter of fucking record. You have the best interest of heart. You're caring about our babies and our nurses and our moms, but yet you want to talk for 2.5 hours because we know you like to hear yourself talk and present a freaking filibuster so that people in this community can't do anything about what you're doing. That's literally from the desk of Alan Levine. That's what that is, folks. Who wants to say, oh, she's just trying to get TV time? Who wants to say, oh, the community's just in an uproar because they're country and they're slow and it's change and there's going to be some emotion behind it? Who wants to say all of that? Or do we want to face the facts that you have a guy that is running Ballad Health who doesn't give a shit about the people in this community, who wants to hide everything that he's doing? Bertha, honey, if my language offends you, I get that. But language and credibility have nothing to do with each other. So let me read it again for you, seriously. Because let me just say this. I make no bones about who I am. I make no bones about who I am. I'm a disabled veteran. I'm a soldier. When I get a little hyped up, you might hear some colorful language. That is just who I am. You don't have to like it, but it is who I am. And if you don't like it, then I don't know, go watch somebody else. But what I'm telling you is that people are literally trying to ruin your health care and you're worried about if I cursed or not. Sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I am who I am. You don't like the way I talk? Don't listen to me. I'm up here trying to tell you about what's in your best interest in your city, and you want to tell me I'm losing credibility because of the way I talk? You got a guy that is literally telling you in his email that he wants to create a filibuster and he wants to waste 2.5 hours of you all's time and let you ask questions and make no progress, and you want to criticize the way I talk? You better back up. Don't criticize me for anything. The hours and the time and the dedication that I put in, I don't care if you like the way I talk or not. Let me be clear about that. I know who I am. I know who I am and I know why I do what I do. You don't got to like the way I talk. I've been told since I got here, oh, you know what? You speak very well. You're really articulate. Well, I know how people from this area think that I'm supposed to talk. Oh, you speak very well. Am I not supposed to? Am I a little too educated for some folks around here? Can I hold my own in conversations with executives and millionaires? You damn right I can, because my mama raised me right. I'll speak any way I choose. Let me be real clear about that, folks. You're worried about me dropping an F-bomb or saying shit, and this man is literally telling you that he wants your questions to not be a matter of public record. He is saying, I don't like this, so I'm going to talk for 2.5 hours to make sure no progress is made, and you're worried about how I'm talking. Can we focus on what really matters? Can we focus on the people's lives that are in jeopardy? Can we focus on the healthcare issues? Can we focus on the fact that people have jobs and they are afraid to speak out because they are afraid that they're going to lose them? Can we talk about the things that honestly and truly matter? Or are we only going to worry about how things look? Are we only going to worry about how things, what's the politically correct way to do things, or the proper way for us to do things, or the professional way for us to do things? There's nothing professional, there's nothing proper, and there's nothing right or morally correct about what's happening in this area from Northeast Tennessee to Southwest Virginia. There's nothing proper about this. So if I say it nicely the way that you want me to, will that make everybody feel better? Or can I not read an email any kind of way that I want to read the damn email? Is it credible? Is it credible when I post up every freaking link from every investigation that's ever been done? Is it credible when I read words to you from several independent reports, from the FTC, from freaking physicians, when I give you internal documents? How much more credible can I be? I've given you more facts and more evidence in the 3 weeks that I've been working on this than Alan Levine and Ballad Health have done in the 5 years they've managed to get this through. Whew. It just baffles me sometimes. You don't gotta like the way I serve up the dish, but damn it, I'm serving up the dish. This is true stuff. Let me read it for you again in case you didn't get it. Last night at 6:03 p.m., Alan Levine at Ballad Health emailed Andy Hall, Tony Keck, well, these were the courtesy copies, Teresa, what is her name? Teresa Hicks, Molly Luton, Lisa Carter, Monty McLaren, Eric Deaton is who this was sent to, Eric Deaton. And this is what he says: I can present for 2.5 hours. That's called a filibuster, and I will do that. I don't like getting the questions in advance through the city. Those are all going to be on public record. Why did he do it that way? Sent from his iPhone, by the way. Let me tell you something, folks. I'm tired of trying to have to fight some of you all to help some of you all. I shouldn't have to fight you or cater to or kowtow the way you like it to be done. Guess what? If you all could get it done, I wouldn't be here. If your elected officials had your best interests at heart, I wouldn't be here. Shoot. Y'all better get this twisted. Get it straight. Here's the thing about me. I know that I'm not politically correct. When people say you ought to run for office, I know good and damn well that is not where I need to be. I know good and well that's not where I need to be. Do I want to promote change? Do I want to help protect people? Do I want to build bridges? Do I want to expose what needs to happen? Absolutely I do. Do I believe, and this is sad to say, do I believe the most effective, powerful way to do that is outside of the government? You bet I do. When I go to the city of Bristol, Tennessee's council meeting last night, and the mayor, whose husband happens to be a doctor for ETSU Family Physicians, who has a contract with Ballad Health, tells me that folks like me can't get on her agenda because we're not part of an organization where they already have a relationship. Hold on, y'all. This is Washington, D.C. calling me. This should be interesting. Hello? Hello? Oh, honey, listen, I don't have Microsoft. Please stop calling me. Thank you. You know the folks that call you and say something about Microsoft? I put in so many calls to Washington, D.C., I had to answer the phone. I have no idea, and I don't care if they own Family Dollar. Here's the deal, folks. This is the true statement. This is not about me at all. This is not about me. This is about you all. This is about 1 million people in this area having legitimate access to health care. And here's what I know. Here's what I know. Someone who has your true interest at heart, they do not care what's on public record or not. They do not care. They don't want to hide things from you. They don't want to close down services and wait to tell you afterwards. That's not what they do. That's not what they do. I'm reading you an email straight from Alan Levine, the CEO and president of Ballad Health, who is communicating to his upper senior management that he's going to speak for 2.5 hours tomorrow and create a filibuster, which is going to get absolutely nothing done, and he's going to obstruct progress because he wants to. You can share it with whoever you want to. I've already talked to WJHL. I've already talked to them. I have. This is what's happening. And yes, I got angry just now. And yes, I got upset because it is disrespectful to me for you to criticize me in any way, shape, or form when I'm here for you. It's disrespectful. It's inconsiderate. It's slightly judgmental. Who are you to judge my language? Who are you to judge anything about me? It just blows my mind. That's that high horse, that sanctity. And people excuse it because this is the Bible Belt. Well, the Bible Belt just sat back here and got you all a medical monopoly that's screwing you over. So how does that feel and sit with you? I told you, Shelly, I said, he thinks he's so smart. He's always been the PR guy. He's always been whatever. And he loves to be in the limelight. He cannot help himself. He cannot help himself. And I told you that he was going to hang himself. What he did not count on is people getting hope. What he did not count on was people actually getting some courage and saying, I want to expose this. That's what he didn't count on. He didn't count on people in this area fighting. He didn't care about that. He did not think that people here would truly get a really good understanding of what's happening in this community. He did not count on someone from the outside who doesn't have a dog in this fight. Think about it, y'all. I don't work for the hospital. I don't get paid by the hospital. I don't work for a media organization. I don't have a dog in this race. I cared. The reason I got involved is because nurses and doctors that I love and that I am extremely grateful for. This is the way that I figure this, right? They are the reason my grandbaby is here, period. There's no doubt about that, them and God. So if what I have to give them is hours of my time to dig in and investigate something and help save their jobs and save a hospital that saves babies' lives, then that's what I'm going to give. Why? Because that's what I can. If I can do it, why would I not do that? I don't have millions of dollars to buy them homes and cars and houses and hospitals. I don't have that to give to them, and there's no price that could even fathom. Like, what could I give you for saving my grandbaby? I don't have anything to give, right? There's nothing that I can do. So I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. And I'm honored to do this. I am grateful to do this. That's what this is about. This is not about me, folks. This is about a medical monopoly that is going to cost people's lives. And it's about a man who has continuously taken advantage of people in his medical career and been applauded for it and made millions of dollars for it. So when he says, we live here too, we are concerned about the people of this area, and then you put in a company email that you intend to filibuster a meeting that you're having tomorrow, when you put in an email that you don't want things to be a matter of public record, well, do not you dare ever say to me that I'm attacking your character. Sir, you demonstrate your character in your own words, in your own actions, in your own things that you do. I don't have to discredit you. You do a great job of that on your own. Megan, honey, I only even saw one woman say it. Like, I only saw one woman say it. And here's the thing that hits me. So you want to know the truth? Here's why that hit me so raw. I'm on a live reading to you an email from the president and CEO of Ballad Health saying he means to undermine your public hearing tomorrow out of his own mouth. And you're so caught up that all you can do is focus on is my language. Really? Because I hope you don't have cable TV, because you could never get through life. It's baffling to me. So Kina, here's the deal about this meeting tomorrow. This is why I said I didn't want to go. Okay, because this meeting tomorrow isn't a true public hearing. That's not what this meeting is. What they're doing is, You're welcome. Right, Shelley. Oh, oh my geez. Here's the deal. The meeting tomorrow, they're taking all of these questions. They had all of these questions sent to officials, right? But they also said that if they were questions he hadn't answered before, they also said he might not get to all the questions. So that was giving him an out to not have to address questions he didn't want to. And I recognize that. Here's what's going to happen tomorrow. They're going to ask some questions, right? He's going to give his PR marketing spin answers the way that he has been doing for the last month. Nobody's going to give him pushback. There's going to be no follow-up questions. There's going to be no follow-up anything. And it's going to be a time for everybody to sit back and listen to what he has to say. That's what that is, right? And I'm literally reading, so I'm going to do it for the kids who, apparently this is her first live, Sarah. Oh my gosh, it just gets me. It just gets me. Like, of all the things that we're going to focus on, that's what we're going to focus on. The next thing somebody else will say is, God, you should put on makeup, or you should have done your hair, or you should have changed, or you got some baby drool on your sweatshirt. Folks, listen, when I got this information, I literally was like, I got to go live. I got to go live right now. Right. Oh, my cheeks hurt. So is there anybody who's just joined that doesn't know what's happening? So here's the deal. So you know what I would love, Megan? Truthfully, I know they would never agree, but the meeting that I'm scheduled to have with Ballad on December 13th at 10 a.m., what I would love is for that meeting to be streamed live. That's what I would love. I would agree to, like that. That's what I would love. No, so Kevin, they literally, so one of the things that that Andy Hall says back to him was, you know, that they were shooting from the hip last night on how they could do this quickly, because apparently John Clark is going out of town on Friday and he will not be back for a while. So they were trying to put it together as quickly as they can. Like, how could they get as much, you know, information from the public and do this meeting, blah, 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 blah. And so that's how this format came about. So what's going on now? Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys really, really quickly. So here's the deal. So you guys know that tomorrow, I don't have to ask, Megan. It's a one-party consent state. I don't have to ask. So here's the deal. Okay, so here's the deal. All right, y'all ready? So last night at 6:03, Alan Levine emailed Eric Deaton. He copied Andy Hall, Tony Keck, Teresa Hicks, Molly Luton, Lisa Carter, George Testerman, George Testerman, Gerald Blackwell, whoever Bo is, because it's cut off right there, and Monty McLaren. And the subject is reference the proposed format / December 6th work session reference Ballad Health. And this is what the email says. Okay, it says, I can present for 2.5 hours. That's called a filibuster, and I will do that. I don't like this getting all the questions in advance through the city. Those are all going to be public record. Why did he do it that way? And that was sent from Alan's iPhone. So here's what I need for you all to understand. The president and CEO of Ballad Health sent an email to his executive leadership team last night stating in clear language that he planned to filibuster this meeting tomorrow. For those of you guys who need me to explain filibuster, here's what it means. By definition, a filibuster is an action such as a prolonged speech that obstructs progress in an assembly. Usually it's legislative, but it doesn't have to be, and it doesn't have to be legislative, while not technically contravening the required procedures. So here's what he's telling you. I can talk for 2.5 hours and seem like I'm answering the questions, but I'm going to do it in such a way that there's no real answers but that they're being given. There's no real evidence that's going to happen, and there's no progress that's really being made. Right? That's what he said in real language, in real words, in real time. That's what he said. Hey, Daryl, did you miss it? God, just for you, I'd be willing to read it again. So here's the deal. Alan Levine sent an email last night from his iPhone at 6:03 to everybody that I just named. I'll name them again. The email was actually to... So, Megan, here's the thing. We do have media attention. I have an open line of communication with a national news organization that as soon as I get off this live, I will be talking to. I have an open line of communication with them and an open file on this matter, right? So that's happening. I did already talk to WJHL. They interviewed me yesterday, and they will be doing this again. But I will read this email one more time just for good measure. Please, whatever y'all do, share this live. Alan Levine last night, I'm going to give you his email address in case y'all didn't know. It's alan.levine@balladhealth.org. Tuesday, December 4th, 2018, 6:03 p.m. to Eric Deaton. Courtesy copy, Andy Hall, Tony Keck, Teresa Hicks, Molly Luton, Lisa Carter, George Testerman. I'm going to say that again. George freaking Testerman. Gerald Blackwell. And who is Bo? Is it Bobby Bo? I don't know. It's Bo because that name is cut off. And Monty McLaren. And this is what it says. It's referenced the proposed format / December 6th work session reference Ballad Health. And it says, I can present for 2.5 hours. That's called a filibuster, and I will do that. I don't like this getting all the questions in advance through the city. Those are all going to be public record. Why did he do it that way? Y'all got it? He doesn't want it to be on public record. He's going to talk for 2.5 hours and waste your time. That's what he says. I'm going to purposely obstruct progress. I'm going to purposely talk for 2.5 hours and not really answer your questions. I'm going to talk for 2.5 hours and not really give you the information that you deserve to have as a community. I'm going to talk for 2.5 hours and not tell anything. That's what he said. And I'm mad that the city chose to do this so that it's part of the public record, because for goodness sake, why would I expect you all to want what I say to be part of public record? For everybody who says, somebody the other day was calling me a fear-lying mongrel. Am I? Not my email that says that. It's Alan Levine's email. Oh, I'm all about peaceful. I know I get passionate, y'all. I know I get passionate. No, well, Conchetta, that's actually not right. That's not accurate, honey. That's not accurate. So listen. So here's what I need for you to understand. The NICU decision has not been made because it has to be approved by the state health department. Okay, that has to happen. The other thing that has to happen is the downgrading of Bristol to a level 3 trauma center. That was not included in the original COPA either. Okay, so that's what I need you to understand. These things are not written in stone. That's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe that things are the way they are and there's nothing you can do about it. And that's not the truth. There's a lot that you can do about it. You want to file a consumer affairs complaint. I literally just finished screenshotting the process because it's a little bit cumbersome and some people had reached out to me and they were having difficulty. So I've screenshot how to do that. You want to file a consumer affairs complaint. You want to contact the Attorney General's office. You want to contact the governor's office. You want to contact like everybody you can think of. These are the places that you want to be filing these complaints and making your concerns known. But what your concerns known. What I'm telling you is this is evidence, flat out. He has put it in writing what he intends to do tomorrow, straight from the desk of Alan Levine. There you go. Well, straight from the iPhone, actually. Oh, I think Testerman is very clueless, very clued in, Daryl. I actually do. I think his pockets are clued in really well. So what you want to do now is that's at the top of every single live, and I will do it for this one too, right? At the top of every single live, I put the link for the consumer affairs complaint for you to file. I give you all the contact numbers for the places which you need. I've even given you under my notes there is a Ballad Health bullet point that you can reference when you file your complaints. It does work in Virginia. Yes, Southwest Virginia, you guys, this affects you even more so in a lot of ways than the folks in Tennessee. Absolutely, this works for you. You need to get through consumer affairs on your side. You need to be talking to the Attorney General on your side. You need to be talking to Eric Bodine. He's the COPA compliance officer, although not very useful so far as I've seen, but that's who that is. So absolutely, all of this needs to be happening on both sides, Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. Okay? So, and I know that I got really, really worked up, but I got pissed off. So, and I'm human. This is the thing that I need for you guys to understand. I'm a human being at the end of the day. So, you know, do I always want to come from this like love and light place and, you know, peace and joy and all that goodness? I do. And most of the time I do. But you have to understand that I'm also a human being. And there are going to be times when I reach my limit as well. There are going to be times when I get frustrated with this process, you know? And here's the thing. I expect to get pushback and I expect to get criticized from Ballad Health and some of the officials, right? But to get it from the people that I'm trying to help, I'm sorry, that's just ridiculous. Yes, Conchetta, I have done that and I will do that again. I will do that again. But yeah, I have done that and I will do it again. And I've also created a private Facebook group where I'm putting documents in there for you guys. So for people who say, oh, well, you know, all of this stuff or, you know, whatever, I'm putting the documents out there for you to read yourself. I can tell you though, it's a lot. So I showed this last night. Let me show it again. Hold on. Whoops. Oh. How many of you guys want to read all this? How many of you guys want to dig in, you know? Because I've read it. I can quote you statistics off the top of my head. Okay? Nobody should give up, Christy. This is my point. They want you to give up. They want you to give up. They want to overwhelm you. They want to keep pushing stuff out on the media so that you don't think that there's any hope. They literally want to make you think that there's nothing you can do, and that's not true. There's nothing more powerful than a group of people with the right motivation. There's nothing more powerful than people who simply want change and they want to do it right, and everybody matters. There's nothing more powerful than that. And what you all need to understand is there's over 1 million of us. There's over 1 million of you in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. There's more than 1 million of you. Imagine if even half of you all joined together and said, we are not going to let this happen. If even a half of you dug your heels in and said, absolutely not. If 10% of you filed consumer affairs complaints today, if even 10% of you did that, that would be phenomenal. Guys, it doesn't have to be like all of you. There's 1 million of you. 10% of you, 100,000. Do you know what the Attorney General would have to do if they got 100,000 complaints? Do you know? If they got 100,000 complaints, what if only 5% of you took the time to do that? What if 5% of you banded together? I will give them for you, Sonia. I actually had a conversation with someone about digging into Virginia even more. I'm going to tell you where you start. You want to piss somebody off in Virginia? Start calling Terry Kilgore, because he was their advocate for Southwest Virginia. He actually Terry Kilgore criticized the state of Tennessee and said that the COPA commitments and the COPA requirements, he was afraid that they were going to be a hindrance to the success of the merger. He didn't like the expense that it was going to take for this COPA to be done. Like Terry Kilgore said all of that. Terry Kilgore changed his position on Medicaid expansion. He's been against Medicaid expansion for a really long time. And then miraculously, when this merger came and he also got $3,000 in campaign contributions, now all of a sudden he's changed his mind. And Medicaid expansion is a great thing. And Ballad Health even gave him an award for signing up so many people in it. And here's the thing, I'm not against Medicaid expansion. I'm not against advocating for citizens' health and getting people enrolled in systems. I am against doing it at the expense and the well-being and the lives of people. This is true stuff. This ain't me making it up. I can give you the link to the article where he's quoted. I can give you the link to the article where he's quoted. I ain't dreaming or making this stuff up, folks. Everything that I know, I have found in the last 2 weeks and 6 days. Bless you back, Jeff Stevens. I know that I don't always say things the way that people want me to. I get that. I also don't care. I don't. I care about righting this very wrong thing that's been done. I read statistics today that are going to be part of my live tonight. Guys, did you know that the state of Tennessee has a higher infant mortality rate than the country by a significant amount? Did you know that we have a higher death rate of our moms than the rest of the country by a lot? It's a real big problem that we have here. And it's funny because when I was reading this report from the Tennessee Justice Department, one of the things that they said was that one of the biggest tools that we could use was more access to health care. Like literally that's what they said, was more access to health care. And what we have is we have people trying to give us less access to health care. How is that a solution? Well, so Stephanie, so a lot of people have spoken up with real numbers. So Roger, here's the thing. This is what I've said to folks. Real simple is send them to me. I have an encrypted email address, a secure encrypted email address. Take a picture of those documents and email them to me. What I recommend that you do is for you to set up a secure email as well. You can do it for free. The one that I use is protonmail.com. So if you set up a free encrypted email address, it's going to be secure. If you take a picture of whether it's an email, whether it's patient's documents, whether it's discharge documents, whether it's your bills before the merger and after the merger, you take a picture of those documents, you email them to me from your secure email account to my secure email account, and then I have the information. When I give information, what I do not do is tell people who sent them to me. That's what I do not do. People are sending me this stuff and I already have it. Hold on one second, folks. So anyway, that's what I wanted to tell you guys, okay? I'm hot. That's because I'm all worked up. And listen, for the lady that I yelled at because you criticized my cursing, here's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to apologize because I'm a human being and you made me angry. What I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to stop judging how I say. I'm going to ask you to see my heart, and I'm going to ask you to see my effort, and I'm going to ask you to simply appreciate the fact that somebody cares about you and cares about your family's well-being, and I don't even know you. That's what I'm going to ask you to do. Okay? That's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. That's okay. You know? Yeah, Jamie. I do rant. I do rant sometimes. Sorry. I know, Pete. I know. So what do we need to do about tomorrow's meeting? Well, so they've already stopped taking questions for tomorrow's meeting. Okay. So that's fine. I think what needs to happen is everyone needs to contact the Kingsport Board of Mayor and Aldermans. And I think the public needs to demand that we be heard tomorrow. I think that it should be required that when a question is asked tomorrow, Don, just message me and I'll give you my encrypted email. Okay, so I think what needs to be required tomorrow is that the city of Kingsport open it up, and whether the public, you know, like out of the people that show up tomorrow, maybe 3 to 5 people are chosen. Hey, Chris, maybe 3 to 5 people are chosen to be able to respond to or to rebut or to ask a follow-up question to Alan's answers tomorrow. That's what I would like. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe we should see if John Clark, you know, God, he's got to hate this. He's got to hate this. Everyone can show up. It is a public hearing. So here's what I will do. Here's what I will do. I will go to Kingsport tomorrow. If all of you all band together and contact the Kingsport Mayor and Board of Aldermen and the Aldermans today and demand that the public be allowed to ask Alan questions directly, and that when he answers a question that's been turned in already, that we be allowed the chance to rebut or ask a follow-up question. Not just myself, but I think Dr. Spivey would be great to have ask follow-up questions since he's a trauma expert. I think, you know, Dr. Powers, if he was going to show up as a neonatologist, he would be great to be able to ask follow-up questions, to be able to have someone from EMS, whether that's Tim Bradshaw or someone else who's in transport and EMS, who has real questions about the validity of how that looks and what the impact on this community is going to be. Those types of things. That's what I think. That's what I think the people in this region deserve. Some real straight answers that are being asked, and not just hear rebuttals later that say, oh, that information is incorrect. I don't know, Chris, if he will or not. Yeah, you know that name. I've heard that name a couple of times today, Kim. Colette George. I've heard that name a couple of times today. So anyway, that's my take on this thing. I'm gonna go. You guys are blowing up my phone, and I need to get work done today. But I couldn't not say something about this, so I wanted to make sure that everybody did know and everybody was aware. So hopefully people stay till the end. If I lost you during my rant, oh well. But I did give the yummy goodness first. You know what I mean? Until I was criticized. So that's all I got, folks. I am who I am. God love my heart. I know sometimes I'm not the most politically correct person on the planet, but it's because I care. Yeah, Kim, I'm going to hit you up though. Megan, let me tell you, it's not been quite 3 weeks since I started looking into Ballad Health and this merger and all of that good stuff. It's a lot of information. It can be overwhelming. I've had to take it a little bit, like it's been like, you know, just taking it to the head is what it's been like. But it's a lot. Hey, Cindy. So I love you back, Kim Howell Jones. Okay, so Cindy Cantor, you said you missed it. It's real simple. Alan Levine sent out an email to his executive team, and I'm not going to pull it up and read it again because I will post it for you though. But he did. He sent out an email to his team that basically said he can talk for 2.5 hours tomorrow. He said that's called a filibuster and I will do it. He said, I don't like taking the questions from the public in advance. He said, that's going to make it a matter of public record. Why did they do it that way? So he's seriously upset about the fact that the questions were in advance to the city, that they're going to be a part of public record. And he has said he's going to make a mockery of this hearing tomorrow, that he's going to talk for 2.5 hours tomorrow and obstruct any sort of progress that could potentially be made. And that came directly from him at 6:03 yesterday. So it is what it is. Well, so here's what I will tell you. Somebody ask Colette George who her significant other is. Ask her that. Why don't we do that? Let's just start there. And then we might understand why she's too busy with her life. So that's all I got. I got to get on to regular life, guys. You're very welcome, Cindy. So that's all I got, folks. I'm going to get off here. And I know it's going to seem really weird, especially since I got really mad and yelled at people today, but I still mean this with every fiber of my being. Be amazing, be light, and be love. And just next time, don't criticize me. And then I won't be mad. Humanity. This is what humanity looks like, folks. Human being. I'm real. Real humans, real emotions, real feelings, real thoughts. Some days it gets the better of me. What can I say? So thank you, Doris. I appreciate that. You guys take care of yourselves and get on the phone with Tennessee. Okay, get on the phone with Kingsport. Do that. Okay, I love you guys back. Take care. Peace.